Hi, everybody, and welcome to Week 4 of Trojan Talk on BCHS Live. I'm Jay Turner with Barron County head football coach Jackson Arnett. The Trojans traveled to Adair County last Friday night, and after a 90-minute delay due to storms and lightning in the Columbia area, the game finally kicked off at 8:30. It was a game of two teams evenly matched and a winnable game for the Trojans, and unfortunately a couple of missed extra points proved to be the deciding factor, with the Trojans going home with a 20-19 loss. And, Coach, both of us thought that we'd be sitting here tonight talking about a win, but unfortunately that was not the case.
No, we got off to a slow start and couldn't recover from it. Took us a while to get going offensively. We finally got going and saw some good things. I was pleased with a lot of things offensively. You know, we still got to run the ball better and be better up front, but and then we didn't tackle well. But all things considered, we missed 2 extra points and lost by 1. So, as bad as we played, still should have won the game.
Do you think the hour-and-a-half delay hurt us more than it did at Adair County with us being on the road?
No, I don't. I mean, it affected both teams. Both teams had to sit in the locker room and sit there. So it was just a. I mean, you hate it for the kids and you want to get started and everybody's anxious, but I don't feel like it affected us more than I would like to think not anyway.
Let's go back to the beginning of the game and take it quarter by quarter if we can. And the first quarter, of course, we were scoreless. Both teams couldn't really get anything going offensively.
No, I mean, it was a slow start, sluggish start. Field was in good shape. Everything was fine there. We just struggled running the ball, and that's frustrating for me because we try to pride ourselves on running the ball, but once there was a couple things that I'd like to have back play call wise, but we hesitated a little bit. Zach hadn't proven he could throw the ball yet, but he did. We finally let him loose and figured out that's what we were going to have to do to win. And he stepped up and played great.
And then about a minute into the second quarter is when things kind of got started. Adair County's Cameron Harmon scored that 19-yard run, which put them on the scoreboard first. And later the second quarter, they were in the red zone, but that's when defensive back Jackson Coots recovered an Adair County fumble.
Yep, big momentum swing for us, and we felt good about it. And, anytime your defense gets a turnover, that's huge for your offense and just huge for momentum, especially in a game like that one.
And then it was Trojan quarterback Zach Johnson. He threw a long pass to receiver Jamarcus Miley, an 84-yard pass play as Miley took it in for the touchdown. Extra point was blocked, but we were on the board 7-6.
Yep, good play. We isolated Jamarcus, and he beat his guy, he beat his defender, and didn't have any help over the top. And Zach threw a great ball, hit him in stride, and then Jamarcus took it the rest of the way.
Adair County answered right back with that 62-yard pass from Aaron Peck to Harmon, which was his second touchdown of the quarter, and it put the Indians up 14-6 at the half. And you're only down a touchdown. What do you tell your team at halftime?
Just to keep playing. We knew we played bad and knew that we should have been playing better, but we were only down a touchdown. All it was going to take was another score. And I thought they responded.
Then Adair County scored again in the third quarter, and that made it 20-6. But Trojans didn't give up, being down. And 10 minutes left in the game, Zach Johnson threw almost a bullet pass to a diving Jamarcus Miley. And a 21-yard pass, and Aaron Niken's kick cut the lead to 20-13. Got a little momentum going right there.
Yeah, we caught a little play that, we thought would work against their defense, and Jamarcus beat his defender again. Zach threw a pretty good ball, led him a little bit more than we wanted him to, but Jamarcus, does what good players do and made a good play.
Adair County fumbled the ball on their next drive, and that's when Wyatt Pettigo made the recovery, and that set up a 26-yard play by Tyler Bush for a touchdown with 8:40 left, and that made the score 20-19.
Yeah, we set up a little play. We had been using Jamarcus. We'd been trying to get him the ball a lot, and we faked one to him and threw it to Bush, and Bush just made guys miss and made a play. He had a good game Friday night, and that was huge for us too. Get that quick score after a turnover, and that was big for us. But we got to make extra points.
The extra point would have tied it, and of course that touchdown had to fire up the team then when you were only down 1 point.
Yeah, we felt we felt good about it. We knew what we had to do to move the ball, and we were doing it with success. And, the problem in the second half was we didn't have it very much. We just didn't have the ball very much. And, a couple big third down conversions by them. They kept the ball a long time.
Yeah, they kept the ball, took a lot of time off the clock, and then turned it over on downs with a little over a minute to go. And we had 88 yards we had to go. Still some hope there, though, Coach.
Yeah, we had a chance. We had a chance. We tried to go a long way. I mean, we were just going to have to go a long way. And, had some unfortunate things happen. The first play possibly goes for a touchdown, misses an open Gavin Withrow by a couple feet. So there's a lot of things that we look back and we can say whatever. We had a miscommunication there at the end of the game, and we talked about it, and he owned up to it and admitted he just made a mistake, and that's all there was to it. And like a man does, he admitted it and told the team he was sorry. But that play, in no way, shape, or form.
No.
I mean, it's 4th and a mile anyway, and we're still having to go 80 yards. That play, doesn't affect the outcome of the game. And I hope people watch and understand that there was a million other things that we should have done, other than that play. And Zach played a great game, and I'm always going to stick up for him because he played a heck of a game. He threw for right at 200 yards and 3 touchdowns, and had 40, 50 yards rushing to add on top of that. So I mean, he was the reason we were in the game anyway.
That wasn't the play that got us beat there. Absolutely not. And I was even confused about the down marker. The guy that had the down marker didn't even change it until after we had actually spiked the ball. Because I know everybody was looking over there saying, well, it's 3rd down. And he had not even moved from the spot of where they were originally, because we went 5 yards there. And so he didn't change the down marker, and some of the guys kind of looked back over at the down marker and said, "Oh, I think it's 3rd down," and it's easy to get confused.
It happens.
Well, what'd you tell your team after the game?
I just told them that we knew we were better than we played, and that we've just got to keep our heads up and just keep moving forward. I told them I knew we had a big game this coming Friday, and we were back at home, and we just got to move forward. I mean, that game's over with. You can't do nothing about it now. We're only getting 10 of them. We got 7 left. So we might as well move on, forget about it, and try to be better, learn from it.
Stats for the game, according to our stat sheet, we had 219 total yards, 54 on the ground. Zach Johnson was 8 of 16 for 165 yards and 3 touchdowns. Johnson proved he could throw the ball.
Played well. He did a good job. It's like I told you, I hadn't let him loose yet because I didn't, this is his second full week really starting, and last week he threw the ball well, but we kind of made it easier for him. This week we gave him the option, more options, and he did a great job. I can't say enough about, Zach wasn't with us last year and comes on the team and wins the job, and I can't say enough about, how well he's done. I mean, he come in, won the job outright, and the rest is, he's a good player. And the kids love him, and he's a leader.
We had 1 turnover, 6 penalties for 65 yards. And, Coach, one of those I totally disagreed with, and we were on top of it. That was that horse collar penalty that was called against us.
A referee sees the back of the jersey get grabbed, he's going to call it. I disagree with it too. Went back and watched it on film. It didn't look like a penalty to me, but they don't pay me to make plays, make calls or anything. So just got to overcome it and deal with it.
Yeah. Adair County had 356 total yards, 294 which were on the ground, and I think Jaden Taylor had about 200 of those. Seemed we had a hard time tackling him.
He's a good little player. He's a good little player. Quarterback and him both are hard to bring down. They hit it hard, and we got to do a better job tackling. That's just the bottom line. We have to.
Of course, they only had 62 yards in passing, 1 of 6, 2 turnovers, 17 first downs, and 8 penalties for 55 yards. Again, the Trojans played hard, never gave up when we were down 20-6.
Right, and that's and that was one thing I told them. You proved tonight that you're not going to quit. And that is a good sign going forward.
Well, we're going to take a break, and when we come back, Trojan sophomore receiver Jamarcus Miley will join us, and we'll have more Trojan talk in a moment here on BCHS Live.
You're watching BCHS Live on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitter. BCHS Live is a student-led live online video production program started in 2015 by 4 BCHS freshmen. The BCHS Live program is here to showcase everything going on at BCHS, from athletics to special events and opportunities to ceremonies and celebrations. The BCHS Live program is here to show everyone in our community what BCHS is all about, and with 3 major online outputs of our broadcasts, we truly live up to our motto: everything BCHS, anywhere you want it.
The Burgundy Media Network, or BMN for short, is a network of Barron County High School's 3 major media outlets: 88.7 FM, Trojan Radio, BCHS Live, and the Trojan Times school newspaper. As a whole, we are determined to provide you with BCHS news, sports, and interest like never before. Check out our weekly newscast broadcasted every Friday from within Barron County High School, or check out our website at barronschools.com/BMN. From all of us to you, we thank you for your support of all things BCHS. The Trojan Thread School Spirit Store is the #1 place to find any and all things BCHS, with a wide selection of clothes including hoodies, t-shirts, long-sleeve shirts, and polos, to everyday items including pens, pencils, notebooks, and stickers, to jewelry including earrings, necklaces, bracelets, and wristbands. So stop by the Trojan Thread Store any weekday from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. or during any home varsity basketball game. The Trojan Thread School Spirit Store, keeping Barron County in style.
Heading into the second year from an approximate 12-year hiatus, the Trojan Times has an all-new look and an all-new approach to bringing you BCHS happenings. We are an entirely student-based publication working more than ever this year to inform you with BCHS happenings. I'm Brennan Crane, Editor-in-Chief, and I can say that we are thrilled to showcase BCHS in a whole new way. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat at BC Trojan Times. You won't want to miss this. Go BC!
Back with more Trojan talk. Join us now is Trojan sophomore receiver Jamarcus Miley. Jamarcus was our offensive player of the game last week. He had 3 receptions, 112 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Jamarcus, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Talk about that first touchdown you scored that pulled your team within 7-6 there in the first half.
I just think that Zach threw it pretty good. Didn't think couldn't beat the corner. Got struggled because he had my back, and I just jumped up for it, caught it.
And that was a great catch you made. It was an 84-yard pass play from Johnson to you, and then we were down 20-6 with 10 minutes left in the game, and then another spectacular play, I thought, when Johnson threw that bullet pass to you, diving in the end zone. And that was a highlight play for sure. What went through your mind when the ball was coming to you on that play?
I really didn't think it was coming to me at first, but when I saw it in the air, I took off running real fast. Didn't think I was going to stand up and catch it, just dove for it because it was way off a little.
Are you feeling more comfortable now with Johnson's passes?
I feel really comfortable.
What have you been working on this week to kind of get ready for your next game coming up against Monroe County?
We've been throwing it more, roundup, getting ready to get a lot of long passes and short.
How do you want to improve on your game week to week?
Good catches, full speed plays.
Well, Jamarcus, thanks for being on the show tonight.
Thank you.
Good luck against the Falcons Friday night.
Okay.
That's Jamarcus Miley. And we're going to come back after this break. Coach Arnett will join me back here. We'll talk about the game against the Falcons tomorrow night here at Trojan Field as we continue Trojan Talk here on BCHS Live.
You're watching BCHS Live on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitter. BCHS Live is a student-led live online video production program started in 2015 by 4 BCHS freshmen. The BCHS Live program is here to showcase everything going on at BCHS, from athletics to special events and opportunities to ceremonies and celebrations. The BCHS Live program is here to show everyone in our community what BCHS is all about, and with 3 major online outputs of our broadcasts, we truly live up to our motto: everything BCHS, anywhere you want it.
The Burgundy Media Network, or BMN for short, is a network of Barron County High School's three major media outlets: 88.7 FM, Trojan Radio, BCHS Live, and the Trojan Times school newspaper. As a whole, we are determined to provide you with BCHS news, sports, and interest like never before. Check out our weekly newscast broadcasted every Friday from within Barron County High School, or check out our website at barronschools.com/BMN. From all of us to you, we thank you for your support of all things BCHS. The Trojan Thread School Spirit Store is the #1 place to find any and all things BCHS, with a wide selection of clothes including hoodies, t-shirts, long-sleeve shirts, and polos, to everyday items including pens, pencils, notebooks, and stickers, to jewelry including earrings, necklaces, bracelets, and wristbands. So stop by the Trojan Thread Store any weekday from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. or during any home varsity basketball game. The Trojan Thread School Spirit Store, keeping Barron County in style.
Heading into the second year from an approximate 12-year hiatus, the Trojan Times has an all-new look and an all-new approach to bringing you BCHS happenings. We are an entirely student-based publication working more than ever this year to inform you with BCHS happenings. I'm Brennan Crane, Editor-in-Chief, and I can say that we are thrilled to showcase BCHS in a whole new way. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat at BC Trojan Times. You won't want to miss this. Go BC!
You're watching
Back on Trojan Talk, I'm Jay Turner with Coach Jackson Arnett. The Monroe County Falcons come to Trojan Field tomorrow night. Coach Billy Joe Murphy is 1-2 on the season. Losses to Trigg County 34-20, and 4A state champ from last year, Franklin Simpson, 57-7. Last week they defeated Warren Central, who has now lost 27 straight by a score of 20-14. Monroe County blanked the Trojans last year in Tompkinsville 43-0. They went on to the third round of the 2A playoffs, lost to Glasgow in the region final, and they graduated 12 seniors off that 9-4 team, which included their quarterback and leading rusher Ty Mink, receivers Billy Michael Dyer, Braxton Walker, and Dylan Emberton, and they thumped us pretty good last year at Darrell Carter Stadium.
They did. That wasn't very fun. You know, they had a good team, and you know they just kind of come out and did their thing, and you know, that was just not a fun night.
Of course, they had a lot of experience on that team. You know, you talk about Ty Mink and Billy Michael Dyer. They'd been 4-year starters.
Yeah, I mean, they had a lot of good players. I mean, they were very, very solid. They were physical, and they could get it done on offense and on defense, and they were pretty good on special teams too.
Of course, this year they do return their second leading rusher from last year, Braden Murphy, along with Landon Stinson, and they're going through some injuries right now, especially the quarterback spot. Curtis Pettit tore his ACL in practice, and then the backup quarterback, Tucker Glass, received a concussion in a game, and then now they're using a guy by the name of Gabe Henson, who's a senior at about 5'7", 5'8". I think we talked about it today. He moved in from Clay County, Tennessee.
Yeah, they've still got some guys that can play, and you know, they're just not as experienced as they were, but that don't mean they're not going to come in and be physical and try to run the ball and pound the rock at us like they did last year.
Of course, they do have a few players that return on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, I mean, Braden Murphy and Landon Stinson are as good of players as you'll see around here. They're pretty good. They can fly around and hit, and you know, they play both ways, play a lot of special teams. Just two. I mean, that's not the only guys they've got, obviously, but those are the two that, you know, you really stand out and see, and they do a pretty good job.
You know, even though we play in different classes, Barron and Monroe have become big rivals over the years, in addition to basketball, of course, being in the same district. And we was talking about stat comparisons today. You look at both quarterbacks, Zach Johnson, 16 of 39 for us, 320 yards and 3 touchdowns. And for Monroe County, Gabe Henson, 16 of 39, but 172 yards and 6 interceptions.
Yeah, they're similar. You know, they're kind of built the same, and they you know, they kind of look the same on film. I think we use Zach's arm a little more than they use his, but you know, seems pretty efficient. You know, they're both efficient guys.
You know, there's been a lot of games over the past. You know, you look at the records on the KHSAA over the past 20 years, and a lot of those games between Barron County and Monroe County have been decided by a touchdown or less. And looking at it, 5 of them by 1 point. It just goes to show how competitive these two teams go at each other.
I was talking to, I want to say it was Coach Cunningham maybe told me this, don't hold me to that, but this is the longest tenured rivalry for Barron County, is Monroe County. I didn't know that. They've been playing this game more consecutive years than any other team that Barron's played. Didn't know that.
Would it be 33 consecutive years, something like that?
Yes.
Since the consolidation of Tompkinsville and Gamelia? You know, we have something else to talk about, too, besides the stats that compare quite a bit, is the coaching staff between the two teams.
Yeah, I was looking on here. Coach Pettit, who I played for and Lincoln played for, well, tomorrow night there'll be 7 guys coaching tomorrow night that played for him. And when I look at the names, it looks like we were all within about a 5-year span of each other. So that's pretty neat. I mean, it's a testament to how good of a coach Coach Pettit is.
And just, you know, of course, Lincoln, who's now coaching with you over here. And you got Kelly Maxey.
I don't think Kelly played for John.
He didn't play for John? But
no, he did he play with John?
He played
before. It was me, Lincoln, Jacob London, Josh Harlan. That's for us. For them, Coach Murphy, Joseph Eaton, McHale High.
Yeah.
7 guys.
Well, a lot of connections there. And I don't really think I've ever mentioned this, but I remember when broadcasting Barron Monroe County football games over the years, and, of course, you were the quarterback for the Falcons, and you were on some very good teams. You know, you got to play in a couple of region finals, and now you're here at Barron County, year number 2, and I know you wouldn't, more than anything, you'd like to beat your alma mater tomorrow night.
You know, yeah, I mean, we obviously would like to win any game we play, but, you know, I mean, I don't try to think of it like that. You know, we had some good teams over there. We played a lot of, you know, that's where I played ball, and I'll always remember it. But, you know, the thing is Monroe County, you know, Adair County, Greenwood next week. I mean, we try to win every week, and, you know, this just so happens to be a game where before the game I'm going to see a lot of people I know. During the game I'm going to see a lot of people. After the game, going to see a ton of people I know. That's the main difference. You're just, you know, it won't be as hard as going back over there.
Right.
You know, that was a little different, but coming here, you know, this is where I'm at now, and you know, it's another game. You know, and the kids, I think they think of it that way too. It's another game. It's probably more difficult for the coaches who played there than anything. You know what I mean? It's just, yeah. But you got to think, because that's what it is. It's another football game. We're playing a team that we lost to last year that we'd like to get back at.
Sure.
So.
And of course, Coach John Pettit's now an assistant under Billy Joe Murphy. What's the team tried to improve on this week? What have you worked on to try to get ready? I know tackling has been a big thing for you.
Just tackling more. We tackle every day anyway, but we just, you know, you've got to. It's one of those things where we always try to focus on 3 things and stay steady at it and just try to get better at it every week, and that's hanging on to the ball, tackling the ball, and winning the special teams battle. And if we do those 3 things, we feel good about our chances.
Coach, good luck to you tomorrow night against the Falcons. Game time is 7 o'clock at Trojan Field. And if you can't make it out, join me along with John Butler, Robert Bauer, and sideline reporter Chad Withrow for the broadcast beginning at about 6:35 on 103.7 Nash Icon and online at ESPNKY.com. You got something else you want to say? You getting text and all this? Okay.
Tailgate tomorrow. It's going to be at 5 p.m. There's going to be a potluck. Trojan Walk is going to be at 5:30. Best decorated tailgate and fan contest will be at 6 p.m. Details are on Facebook.
Well, let's hope the weather is
per my mother.
Per your mother, okay. Well, let's hope the weather is not like it was last Friday night.
No kidding.
I know there's a chance in the forecast, about a 40% chance, something like that, of scattered. So hopefully it won't affect our Trojan Stadium here on Friday night. Join us every Thursday night, 6 o'clock for Trojan Talk, and of course, we want to thank Trojan player Jamarcus Miley for being with us tonight. So now for Coach Jackson Arnett and the entire BCHS Live production team, I'm Jay Turner. Thanks for watching.